Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed last week's video and I'm really excited for this year because I'm gonna help you get the best shape of your life. Like I promised, today we are talking about bulking and why I think more women should bulk, even if you're trying to lose weight. So let's get right into it. Just to give you a bit of history, I've been a personal trainer for 16 years. I've trained probably 90% women, thousands of different body types, and over trial and error and real life experience and gym training and trying different things for many different people and myself, I've learned the secret on how to lose weight long term. Well, it's not really a secret anymore because there's so much good information out there. And if you truly believe that if you don't do a ton of cardio and you don't restrict that you're going to gain a ton of weight, I've been there. And let me tell you, you are wrong. You are wrong. Even if you feel like you have a low metabolism due to genetics or just because of years of dieting, because if you've done a ton of diets, if you've done a ton of cardio, you probably lowered your metabolism, and now you actually feel like when you eat something or if you don't do cardio you gain weight, because you probably do, because you've lowered your metabolism. But let me tell you, whether it's genetics or environmental, because if you've lowered your metabolism you can increase it. That's what's so great about our metabolism. It's adaptable. I feel now like I've had the highest metabolism I've ever had, and I'm almost 40. I'm gonna be 39 this year. I'm almost 40 and my metabolism is the highest it's ever been. And I'm sure you've heard most people talk about as they get older, their metabolism seems to slow down. But if you do what I'm suggesting, focusing on a bulk, whether you're a female or a male, if you focus on a bulk, and it's my version of a bulk, so it might not be a typical bulk, you can undo the damage you've done, you can reboost your metabolism and get leaner without restricting, without cardio. So first I'm going to talk about the 4 reasons why you should bulk, and then I'm going to talk about my version of bulking. So number 1, when you shift the focus to progress, not restriction, it's crazy how much your mind has to do with your physical. Like when we're thinking about eat less or I'm gonna gain weight, that stress response, it's hard to understand what it's doing in your body, but it's like, if I don't do cardio, I'm gonna gain a bunch of weight. That's stressing you out. That's not helping you grow. That's not helping you get results. And we know that stress can hold on to fat. So being all stressed out about that all the time, that's not helping you. Number 2, hormonal health. You may not notice your hormones go down and get worse by restricting your calories at first and doing a ton of cardio at first, but in time, if you're overdoing these things, I know your hormonal health is not optimal. I didn't even realize what was going on with me, but I dealt with adult acne for a long time, until I switched my mind, until I healed my gut, until I fueled myself and gave myself that break from cardio. Number 3, when you start to focus on strength and performance, it is so empowering when you're actually fueled and you can push. You're not just like powering through exhausted. Instead of feeling weak and drained from under eating and over cardio, you leave feeling like strong and empowered and energized. The change is amazing. And like I said, next point, it's going to boost your metabolism. Not right away, but in time, when you build muscle and stop doing that cardio and stop under eating, your metabolism will increase in time. But you have to stick with it. It can be uncomfortable, and I think most women, they just don't want to do that because they're so terrified of gaining weight. But the reason I went all in is because I was so sick of not being able to eat pizza with my husband. I was sick of having to wake up and doing my cardio. I was done with that. And I would look at guys in the weight room and be like, man, they are leaner than a lot of women, and they're not doing cardio and they're just focused on lifting weights. And now we know there are so many studies that show lifting weights is actually better for weight loss long term. And last one, most women want to tone up. They want to tone up. So that means like getting tighter right? You can't do that with restricting. You can't do that with restricting and over cardio. You're going to maybe be smaller, but you're not going to be tight. If you want to have that tight look, you need to build muscle. And let me tell you, it is very hard to build muscle. Even if you believe that you build muscle and you feel bulky, that's just body fat that is on top of the muscle. If you lose that body fat, you're gonna look lean, you're gonna look toned, but you need to give it time. It takes time for your metabolism to go up and for now to lose body fat, like a year. Give yourself a year at least, and that's not even that long. You know, think about how long you've cut and done cardio. Has it been 5 years? Has it been 10 years? Then giving it a year is not even that long. I'd like for you to try even longer, but start with a year. Even start with a few months and see how much better you feel. All right, I'm gonna show you guys my workout, and then I'm gonna come back and talk to you how I bulk. So today I'm starting off with a back squat. What's really kept me motivated is just focusing on technique, making it really simple. So I'm planning workouts constantly. I'm setting up classes constantly. So that's kind of why I've simplified it for me. I just don't want to set up a bunch of things. So I've really enjoyed just only doing, 2 to 4 moves, 3 moves, something like that, and just trying to work on form. So here I'm going nice and slow. I'm pushing my knees out. I'm trying to lift my chest at the same time or before my glutes. Like, it's not perfect. Oh, there, I kind of corrected. So as you push the knees out, bum goes back, you're trying to lift the chest up at the same time. So I'm just kind of working, seeing where I'm feeling it. And I'm getting way lower than I used to on the squat. I still am excited to kind of improve this lift. This is only the second time squatting since the new year. So it was feeling a little heavy. Maybe I could have gone down a bit, but first round's feeling good. I'm taking my break and I'm going to the next exercise. So since I'm only doing a couple big moves, I want to make sure that they count. So I'm doing big squats are a big move, and then I'm doing pull-ups here. Pull-ups are not my strong point, but a strong back is great for posture. So here I'm really focusing on keeping the torso straight up and pulling the elbows down. Pulling the elbows down to the ground. Oh, I'm keeping my core tight. I'm exhaling and I'm trying to control as I lower. So I'm just going back and forth between these two moves. And I think I ended up doing like 5 sets, but in my mind, I would be happy with 3, but I'm feeling good. So I'm going to keep going. So I did 5 sets. I actually only did 4 reps there of pull-ups, but I ended up being able to do more as I went on through the workout. Then I had a little bit more energy and I want to finish off with some unilateral moves. So that means one side and then the other. And like I said, I don't want to set up a bunch of different things. So I like to use machines that make it easy. So I'm using the leg extension to do like a kickback. And here I'm going a little fast. I'd probably say slow it down ideally. It's my finisher. Believe it or not, I'm running out of steam after just those 2 moves, 5 sets, but I went up in weight and I really challenged myself. So this is kind of like bonus. If I were to skip anything, I could have not done these moves. But here I'm trying to really activate that glute of the leg that's kicking up. It is normal to feel it on your leg that's stabilizing, but I'm going up and you want to try to control on the way down, but I'm just kind of doing like a burnout set. So as many as I can. I think I did end up doing, like a couple extra sets of this just because it was feeling good and I had more left in the tank. But, some days I've been doing just 3 moves and calling it a day. So here, same thing. I'm matching my reps on this side. And when you're doing a move like this, if you're not feeling it in your bum, in your glute, then something's wrong. You have to slow it down. You need to go down in the weight, maybe hold a squeeze. My glutes are pretty good at engaging because I've been taking the time to open up my hips and pre-exhaust. So now I can kind of speed it up and still get some benefit out of it. To finish off, just a single arm rear delt fly. So this is a great exercise, especially like if you have any shoulder issues, you don't want to neglect the rear delts. I like doing them one side and then the other just because my shoulders are uneven from being a tennis player for so many years. So that's why I try to do one side first before I do the other. So then I can really mentally focus on making sure my form is right. So what you want to focus on is really
keeping the arm neutral. So you're pulling with the entire arm, kind of leading with the elbow, but you're not straightening or bending as you go. You're thinking about kind of opening up the chest and letting the back of the shoulders, your rear delts, engage. So you should feel kind of a squeeze in the back, but your torso stays straight. So think of opening up the chest, but squeezing the upper back. But what's really happening is that muscle behind the shoulder is the one that should be activating.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that workout. Reason why I just started bulking is because in the winter I would gain weight no matter what. Like I would try to resist, but it just wouldn't happen. Like I would always gain weight. So now I just kind of accept it and I kind of lean into it. It's winter, let's focus on building as much muscle as I can. So when the summer comes and I'm moving more, I maybe naturally just wanting to do some cardio, I get lean pretty easily. I don't have to do much. So for me, I just think about fueling every single day. When I wake up, I'm like, okay, how can I fuel this workout as much as I can? So then it makes me want to eat versus like that restrictive diet. You're like, oh, well, don't eat. You're trying to lose weight. So I'm like, the change is really fun. And since I'm trying to build muscle, it's like, I'm just making sure I hit enough protein. I love carbs. Of course, I'm going to eat some carbs too. But every meal, I'm just focusing on eating as much protein as I can. And, filling in the rest with carbs and things that sound good. Of course, I eat really healthy. So my bulk is not like, I'm not just eating crap. I'm not eating takeout. I'm not just trying to gain bad weight. I'm just trying to fuel myself and feel satisfied and not restrict. So after a workout, instead of thinking, hey, I don't want to eat because I want to lose weight, I'm thinking, no, I need to refuel my muscles. So it's like, okay, get a protein shake in. If I'm not that hungry, get something in. And at nighttime, it's like, okay, I want to lose weight. I shouldn't eat. No, it's like, hey, I worked out today, or I want to work out tomorrow. I need to make sure that I have the fuel or refuel. So yes, I'm going to eat meat and potatoes, and I'm going to eat real food, and I'm going to refuel. If you're trying to build a house and you have the perfect plan, like the perfect blueprint, but you don't actually buy wood, like the material, you're never going to build the house. So that's what I think about when I think about building lean muscle. Because I used to lift weights and not get the results that I should have. Like I want them to fuel more. They're not getting the benefits if they're not fueling enough, because you can come in and have the perfect workout plan that should build muscle. But if you're not fueled and your muscles have no glycogen, they just have no substance to rebuild, because that's what you're doing when you're lifting weights. You're doing micro tears in the muscle and you need to give it the fuel to rebuild. So if you're not refueling, if you're not giving your body enough protein, enough good stuff, you're just not going to get the results that you deserve. So, and if I eat a little bit more fun stuff in the winter, that's fine too. A little extra calories, no big deal, because if you're a little bit more at maintenance or even above maintenance, you'll have an easier time building muscle versus if you're under maintenance, under calories. So it's a fun time for me to just eat what I want. That being said, I'm not eating crap. I want to make that clear. And then I use that fuel in the gym to build muscle. Changing that mindset, whew, my stress goes down, my energy goes up. Anyway, if you haven't tried it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it, switching your focus, because that is the only way that you're going to build lean muscle and boost your metabolism in the long run. And that's what I think of now. It's like, I'm almost 40. I want to think about the long run. I want to be able to eat a ton of food and have a high metabolism. I hope that helps. I hope that was clear enough. If you want me to make more videos about why I think women should bulk, or even men should bulk, anybody that's been focusing on weight loss for too long, let me know and I'll make another video about it. Next video. Stay tuned. Next week, 2025 is the year you're getting the best shape of your life. If you subscribe, like, and comment, that will help me so much. You have no idea. Next video, I'm going to talk about what to do when you're feeling unmotivated. How to push past that. Because it's gonna happen. Motivation is not like this. It's gonna be like this. So what I suggest you do when your motivation goes down. So stay tuned. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. See you soon in the next video. Bye.